of older fellas. 1-0. Here we go. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of characters you don't want to face off of. There he goes. Awesome. And it looks like he's up against Whitebeard and Nusjuro. So that's the pretty much standard attack right there. It's just a scorched earth, spit fire, and oof, it's awesome. And skill 2. It's a long fire-breathing bird beam. Awesome. So this increases the power gauge up, and you can still knock him back. But then there's that effect where you can just ignore enemies. And there's that burning range attack. So he's using the wings to basically just like blow that entire area away. Looks like Whitebeard doesn't want to play. Oh no, he's on cooldown. Okay, so they're just waiting on Whitebeard here. There he goes. There's his barrier. But he can just fly over the obstacles. So he's grabbing the treasure just from the wind generated from the wings, and they're just like, no, he's sucking up the air, isn't he? So he doesn't actually have to be touching the flagpole. But look at that damage that inflicts. So yeah, that fire area basically just keeps everybody away, which also creates its own barrier. And he's pretty tough against attacks as well, but you can still knock him back, so you do have a chance against him. So Euro's 5 Elders is a blue element runner. So, running down his skills. Skill 1 is Godhead of Environment's Assault, a long-range charge attack with a knockback effect. It creates a burning area that continues to deal a percentage of damage. Now, Skill 2 is called Know Your Place. This deals a mid-range multiple hit attack while the skill button is held down. It deals a mid-range area attack with a knockback effect after a certain period of time or when the skill button is released. Everybody's having a good laugh about how overpowered that seems. You are able to move while holding down the skill button, and you become temporarily invincible after use. And of course, silence! Skill 2 changes to silence. While capturing treasure, silence launches a mid-range area attack that ignores obstacles. However, using it will interrupt the treasure capture and change skill 2 back to know your place. Now, let's move on to the traits. So, character trait 1. First, this character can use the power gauge. When damage received from an enemy is equal to or less than 20% of your max HP, you resist stagger. When the power gauge is at 3 or higher, you recover HP equal to 50% of any percentage damage received from an enemy. In addition, if you begin capturing treasure while the power gauge is at 3 or higher, and successfully complete the capture, you'll unleash a mid-range area attack and create a shield that blocks nearby enemies' attacks and movement. The shield disappears once it has taken damage equivalent to 300% of your max HP, or after 5 seconds, whichever comes first. When the power gauge is at 1 or higher, if you take damage that would KO you, you recover 100% of your HP, remove any status effects currently affecting you, and nullify status effects inflicted by enemies. Moving on to character trait 2. This character can ignore enemies and capture treasure, and also nullifies immobilizing status effects inflicted by enemies. When you capture treasure, the power gauge increases by 1 and you recover 30% of your HP. Whenever you attack an enemy, there is a 100% chance to increase your defense by 5% and reduce skill 1's cooldown by 3%. When you hit an enemy with a transformed skill while capturing treasure, the power gauge increases by 1 and you recover 10% of your HP. So with trait 1, while in the area around an enemy's treasure, you resist stagger and being downed, and your capture speed increases by 50%. For a set period after using skill 2, you resist stagger, being downed, and knockback. When attacked by an enemy whose skill can evolve, damage received is reduced by 50%, and that enemy's attack is reduced by 20% for 3 seconds. And trait 2, when the power gauge is full, skill 1's cooldown reduction speed increases by 100%. When attacked by an enemy who can use the power gauge, damage received is reduced by 50%, and that enemy's attack is reduced by 30% for 10 seconds. When attacked by an enemy with an element you are strong against, max HP reduction is nullified. So I'm sure that everybody watching is curious to see